Sunil or Dr. Future. It has the email ID, and you can always contact me for any further work. So here, as we all know, we are in this pandemic and everybody is struggling their life hard. This has made me to do a small part of the research in analyzing the performance of COVID for the Tamil Nadu region, because normally we do take the data sets, what we are using it for machine learning, from taking it from the kaggle.com, where our students go with the competitions. But so which we constructed, which the very limited data set of including the region is to analyze and evaluate the data set and then see how actually the performance is attained with so many sessions from the afternoon. So here the major thing we have concentrated is how it has been planned. So I have taken with a different classification algorithm. We can conclude is that, so when you're increasing, definitely the algorithm will better work for its efficiency. So the main one with Jupyter, and for the data manipulations and of pandas and the machine learning resources, say Skytech, which can be freely installed using the Anaconda software. So period when this, so when the government of Tamil Nadu has announced the risk state, and by highlighting the different colors and the different as an input is the zone, that is where we use the pin code or the different districts, and they are assigning with the different colors. And after that, the zone specific data is taken. We are of classifications like the binary classifications and also the multi-class classifications, and the performance model. So these are the existence of the 6 attributes. This is not the data set which is it's already available. This has been constructed for our own from 1 2 3 etc. And then the zone name, it is the name of the district, and the zone. So zip code is going to act as a primary attribute, so which with and we do have included with the latitude and the longitude. We have extended is to identify the geolocations, because the Google has comfortably made it possible for every identifications. So we have used with the latitude and the longitude, but for this it's not has been taken care, but these are the 6 attributes which has taken into the insight of this. When you just go with the machine learning, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So classification, what does the supervised learning means? Where we create the labels for each identification using here, that is with the help of the input data that has been passed into the model. Yeah, class label will class label. So we will be coming up with predicting the results. So when you go with predicting the results, then data as in training data and the test data, and we will train the model using the training data. So naturally, that is percentage of the data as a training data. But for this case study, we have taken 87% as a training. So we have taken 87% of the data. So when you know, so the binary classification has the class labels, which is identified as 0 or 1, and the different classification algorithms like KNN, decision trees, SVM, logistic regression, and all that. So before 10 years, the writing the code for every algorithm is it has given you the comfortability of using or accessing the algorithms. Also for the graduate students, this is some point I want to stress it here. And the multi of values. So you can fix up the class labels. So here, we have the different other algorithms, supportive algorithms for multi-class classifications. Using this is something which is predominantly used for the multi. So again, predominantly your face detection is the entry point for all surveillance systems. So different and classification matrices on log precision, F1 score, and all that. So for this case study, I have taken the and only the accuracy, so that will help you to understand. Based on the only the true positive and the true negative values, and this is the formula. You can see true positive and the true negative. If two the sum of all true positives, it's positives. This is the standard formula. We use it for calculating the accuracy for any algorithm. So as I told you earlier, we have the 6 attributes. For each 6 attributes, we are just binary classification. So if it is your binary classifications, that is the class label with non-risk and one for the risk, and for the multi the color zone. So the color zone, I know that is you have the color zones to identify the color of the zone. So where you and you have the orange, you have the red. So red zone. Understand how are only the 6 attributes. So at the time of exploring the data sets itself, I told you, so Latin colors, that is, it means it is not required for this particular work. So I can comfortably remove, I can come and construct the class labels for the binary classification. At what I'm going to do is that, so a model is constructed. So model, so it is a quant model, right? So that model is constructed using the different algorithms. So I have taken with the have to use only this algorithms. It's what is the algorithm you can take up with. Sometimes, like I know when it is an innovate, like I know when it is a new attempt of all the benefits of each algorithm and come up with constructing a new algorithm. So that will be our work. That will be with the standardized algorithms. With the help of the algorithm, a model is constructed. Is being passed into it by carrying the two class labels. So for the first sampling results, I can show you here. First sample results, else I have taken with the binary classifications and evaluated what is the when it's been taken for what, when it has been taken for, or the training data set, as I told you, 13 or the test data sets. And this is for the binary classification. It's for our multi-class classification. So when you look into it, like no, that is, we can see in these two, we can see works good for the multi-class classifications. Whereas when you go here, like no, you can see here also. Whereas when you go here, compared with the decision trees, the navy peers, it's dominate. So, and after that, we are predicting the risk of the zone on using the valid parameters as an input. So here you can, the prediction analysis is considered to be one of the important applications. Just go and give your input as your pin code, like say 638001. So this will identify. It's not a risky zone, right? It is not a risky zone where so the predicting the risk of the location using valid here, and after that the confusion matrix for multi-class for the binary classification or built for the data set. So this is what is the confusion matrix, which is again comes up with giving the values of the precision, recall, helps us to identify. So when you just go with the results, the sample results, the multi-class classification based on the accuracy, based algorithm is best for this particular data set, right? It may not be true for all the data sets. It's for this particular data set, maybe, right? So in the future, once I add on with the data, right? So what will happen? Right? So we may not be doing. So as the data builds on, so a particular algorithm is best. I like to highlight here for identifying the locations and the risk status could be used for any type of data-driven. I have taken and implemented evidence when I'm teaching and any of my advanced data structures algorithms to my can be used. So all this machine learning model, the same precise algorithm or model can be used for any data diligently in finding the results based on the values. So this is what we that is it's no. We can go with enhancing the work using geolocations, predominantly do that, and the broader data sets incorporating all states, countries, the counties, so we can just go and analyze issues. So it is not possible to use the data as such. How data that is available with our country, and it is easier to get permission for using it. And another interesting thing, find the two data set. It is not that we have to use only one data set. So we can and we can have that one as a process data set. So we can take the comfortability data set, right? Comfortability ratios of people during the which I have it, but beyond my mind, I may have something, but beyond my mind, as a new having so much to share with us. If there is anything to share, if it's something which you like, you can always email me. Since it is a faculty development program, so how to incorporate all these ideas in the courses. So here is I know. So in the Indian system, like I know that it is not possible for us to use or design the courses. There are some insights, so which I can just share it on this platform. So you can, instead of using the traditional case, which is realistic or which we use it in our own research. So that would motivate people to go on with the assignments that we normally teach in the class. We can ask them to write the high level, that is the broader scope of the titles. Okay, broader scope of titles, and it's go with this project exhibits. So we can make students to work on with your individual projects, show their presentations. So that will give the motivations and regular course, and welcome the innovative ideas of the students. And this is something which I can have out of my work, like I know where we can motivate the collaborative projects or the research. So if there is anybody who is interested, so definitely we can do this. So I need to share with you to bring the best as an academicians we could able to do it to our students.
Thank you so much, madam.
If participants want to interact with madam, please.
See the chat.
If you wish to interact with madam, you can just.
Good evening, ma'am. This is my apology. And I was just listening to you. Yeah, it was actually so nice of you speaking. And finally, you had just ended up the session speaking on how do we bring into the course. And
yes,
for, because when we come to students, as this is one of the trending topics, as you've mentioned, people are into the course. So could you just throw some light on it, ma'am, so that, yeah. You also had told about the collaborative kind of research with some of the Indian institutes. So in that case, I just you can help us out, being in such a university, to the Indian institutions. Yes, ma'am.
Just to give you an example what I'm doing it here. So where apparently we need not go with the machine learning algorithms, but needs and the requirements, and we have that is it's and in that way the students are on the machine learning algorithms, because like I know it is not needed for them to again algorithm coding what they have studied it already with your data structure 1 and 2. So extent of it, like I know that is I appreciate them to go with doing the lab. All these labs has been combined and the students are motivated to give do it to evaluate. I know the same could be done for the students in the Indian institutions, because I know like no, we cannot replace the lab UGC, but still like I know that is it's to motivate them in some way of providing So this is the first question. In the second one, so did I answer you? So the second question, so to answer your second question, yes, we do institutions to do the research. But when you just research between two institutions, then we have to go and work on the meeting, and it is a long way to go, like I know, and yeah, that has the limited that. But if you want on to work on with the collaborative things, like I know the personal collaborative research, definitely. If it is between two institutions where some collaborative courses at SCAN, then we have to work it on officially. Works. Yeah. So you can, for the collaborative things, like I know for the institution-based collaborative things, and email to my mail, like no, I can reply like no, what has been expected and all that. Yeah.
Being an Indian actually I'm a mathematician, to speak of the truth. Yeah, but my
great.